Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Black Clover. Last time around we had the one with no magic. Sounds like an old Friends episode. I'm sorry to anyone who doesn't like that I said an old Friends episode. So, hey, I watched Friends. I used to watch Friends when I actually had cable in my room. And I would watch it on Nick at Night. I watched a lot of those 90s sitcoms on Nick at Night before going to bed. And then I stopped having cable in my room. Because who cares? And now I just watch the internet before I go to bed. Good internet, not like bad internet. So, anywho, the Magic Knight captain showed up, fought the Three Eyes. Then Yami and Asta launched a plan to hit Licked or Licked. You guys actually did correct me that it is Licked. So that's crazy. And yeah, surprised attack. Hit him with the sword, the Demon Slayer sword, and it accidentally destroyed a seal on all of his power, and so the Three Eyes had to go and seal that away again, and then they left, and then we were done. We won the day, barely, but yeah, that is pretty much where we left off. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure, so let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. God, I hope Amogus is still funny. I mean, it's been like 5 years since Among Us really hit it off, so I really do hope that people still think that Among Us is funny. 'Cause I do. When something is sus, I still say it as much, but maybe I'm just an old man clinging on to memes. I'd rather that than, whatever other garbage memes are going around now. I don't know. Now we're doing like aura farming. That's a thing now. Like now, that's the thing I've seen like in the past couple months is everyone talking about all the aura farming from this one character or something, and I start saying that and it's like, man, this sucks. Anyway, the point is nothing. I'm not actually looking up anything. I just thought of something, and I just thought of a thing that I want to watch later. Okay. Who could be the traitor? I mean, it's probably Vengeance. That's too easy. But he's the closest to becoming the Wizard King. His Golden Dawn has basically risen in the ranks very quickly, and he's always mysteriously absent. However, I think that's too obvious. Granted, this is Black Clover we're talking about. Maybe too obvious is the point. To me, it seems too obvious that he would be the traitor, and all this stuff about like, wow, you've been conspicuously absent. Like, it would make more sense if it was someone else. Because then they would be at the place. They would have been at the attack, to which they wouldn't be perceived as a traitor, Because then they're going to be looking at him and being like, we don't know where you were. Or, how Yami is he's just out gambling, lost all his money. They all know. Nobody suspects him. So, alright, of the captains, who do we got? We got Vengeance. I'm going to say that's a no, but it's possible. It's the obvious answer, but I think that it's too obvious to be correct. I don't think it's Nozel. I don't think it's Nozel because he genuinely wants to avenge Fuegoleon. Obviously, I don't think it's Fuegoleon. I don't think it's Jack the Ripper. That's also too obvious. I don't think it's was it Charlotte? I don't think it's her. That kind of just leaves that kind of just leaves all the ones we barely know. You know, there's Mask Man. I guess other Mask Man, because Vengeance has a mask too. But Mr. T, basically, it kind of looks like what he has. Like he looks like a character from My Hero Academia. I'm gonna be honest. Like he almost doesn't fit in. They said he was a merchant, and he's gotten a lot of money. Like he's a very rich merchant, which is interesting. I could easily see that being a sort of like, well, he's he's a merchant. He's selling to the highest bidder, or maybe war is good for a merchant, so that's why he's doing it. I don't know. That also seems kind of easy, but it's possible. Snoring Girl, Sleepy Girl, and kid who can barely fit in. There's like nothing there for that to be a thing. Here's my biggest theory. I think it's not Vengeance. I think it's his first officer or whatever, his second in command, his right hand man. The guy who was at the attack on the Capitol, and he just sucks. He's like picking fights, you know. He's like, well, all of you guys suck, you know. And like Nozel and the siblings, yeah, they're picking on Noelle because they're human feces. But we already knew that. Like, we already knew that was the case with them. But with him, he was just, like, picking fights. He's picking fights with his own people. He's picking fights with... even Mimosa, he's just like, the Vermilion should be ashamed because Mimosa got attacked. And he's just like, dude, who the fuck are you? You're a right-hand man. You're not even a captain. Like, dude, chill out. So, maybe he's trying to frame Vengeance. Like, he sent him on important business without him knowing, so he wouldn't be at the Capitol riot, so they would all suspect why he wasn't at the Capitol riot. I could see that. I could definitely see that. But I think it's him. I think he is the traitor amongst them. So, yeah, that's my guess. That's my firm guess. Could be Vengeance himself. Could be Mr. Merchant. Could be anyone else. Really, but I guess though they did say like, well, he's not. Well, no. Julius only said, "I know which of you. I know if one of you is a traitor." That doesn't mean though. That doesn't mean it's possible. Like it's possible that none of them are the traitor. And I'm willing to go more with that. That none of them are the traitor, and instead it's Mr. Man, Secondhand Frank, whatever his name was. I don't even remember his name, but he sticks out to me in my mind, so. And yeah, I think William is too obvious. Or maybe if it is William, maybe it's something like, maybe he's doing it under duress. Like maybe he's, maybe it's not a thing of like he's purposefully evil, but it could just be that he's like, maybe they've got some dirt on him. I don't know. We don't know anything about the guy. Why does he always wear a mask? Why does Merchant Man always wear a mask? He's a merchant or whatever. I don't know. So, I don't know. They did also mention that the acting captain of the Crimson Lions is not there. I would assume the acting captain would be Leopold. I guess it could be another higher up there, but just someone to replace Fuego. I don't think there's anything there that it's him or anything, so... yeah, I don't think that's it. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll definitely have to see. I just want to end the episode right now so I can watch the next episode and figure it out, but... I don't know. The other stuff for this episode, I mean, more jealousy, more Noelle being jealous of Mimosa, and then Rebecca going in for the first kiss and stuff. It's like, guys, maybe you should just start a harem. I don't think Asta's worth a harem, but I mean, if you're that insistent on it, go for it. I don't know. I don't know, man, but it was nice to see Mimosa and Yuno and Klaus again. It was nice to see them since we didn't have them in the last arc. Other than that, They had the food eating contest. That was fun. Man, there is something kind of creepy about, like, Finral just putting full Tato pies into Luck's stomach. Like, those are not chewed at all. They're just there. And it's just like, geez Louise, that's terrifying. I mean, you know what? It makes me want him to be in an actual fight. Like, maybe he does that. Maybe he actually, like... Because that's, like, a crazy thing that he can just do that. Like, even if it was for, like, sort of a throwaway gag, it kind of implies that he can just do that. If he sees a person, he can just put shit in them with his spatial magic. So, in theory, I don't know, could he just... What if he, like, Finral gets into a fight and he just, like... This is the dumbest thing, but what if he just, like, throws a cow inside of someone, you know? He just opens a portal within a person's body, and then just a cow explodes out of them. That implies a lot. That implies they're fighting near cows, that he gets over to one, that he can shove a cow through a portal and blow up a person from the inside. That's also really graphic, and I don't think this show is going to go for that. You know, this, on Crunchyroll it says 14+. I don't think you can blow up a person using a cow inside their body in a 14+ show. So, plus it would be really jarring having Finral explode people by putting literal cows inside of them to blow them up from the inside, and then you move over to the Petite Clover and it's like, wow, here's our, you know, chibi versions of ourselves. It's just like, ugh, I don't know, man. It'd be crazy. But it is kind of like, you know what it is? It's kind of like in Avatar when you start watching Avatar and there's, you know, they start waterbending, and immediately a lot of people that watch Avatar nowadays, their first question is, so can a waterbender control the water in a person's body? And the answer is yes and no. Mostly no. Occasionally yes. But it's very, like, it's a very once in a blue moon, almost literally once in a blue moon thing. So I think it's kind of like that, where it's like Finral could do that, but I don't think he will do that. If he does, that'll be metal AF. Blowing someone up from the inside using a cow, that's crazy, you know? Someone, like, that needs to happen in, like, a Deadpool movie or a Suicide Squad movie or, like, whatever, some graphic superhero movie, you know? Like, some weird James Gunn movie where someone with, you know, that can use portals puts a cow inside a person's body to blow them up. God, that sounds hilarious. Anyway. Yeah, I guess that's that. This discussion got really weird, but yeah, good episode, and I'm really curious to get to the next episode, see who the traitor is, but luckily, I can. Y'all are gonna have to wait. Y'all are gonna have to wait 2 days. Granted, you guys have already watched the show, so you already know. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's get going. So, with all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Black Clover reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.